Hi, what's up Facebook? How are you today? Happy whatever day it is. So, this title says fucking who. For those of you who have been in private trainings with me ever, in Operation Do With Me ever, video coaching, you know this phrase. It comes out of me. It is one of my favorites, and we are getting shirts made because it is a thing and it needs to be a thing, and I love it so much. So, let me give you an example. I'll be on a call, or mainly this happens in my own head, right? Like I'm in my own head and I'm thinking, this is the way you're supposed to do it. This is the way it's supposed to go. You must do this many times. This is blah, 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 right? Because that's what we're told. A lot of times people who own their own businesses, who go from working a regular job and doing life a certain way for so long, they go to running their own business, and then they really can make the rules in a lot of cases, and then they don't, because we're just programmed a certain way, right? We'll take that same thing, and we do that everywhere in our lives. Like somebody somewhere told you that you're a failure if you don't wake up at 5 a.m. before the sun and work out. Or somebody somewhere told you don't want it bad enough if you don't do it this way. Somebody somewhere told you that you must do it this way, right? And that's like the opposite of everything I stand for. Like I stand for says fucking who. Like what if we decided to learn how to do things the way that fits for you, right? What if we decided to learn how to figure out what's best for you, right? Like what works for me may not work for you. What works for John may not work for Adam, and yada yada, right? That's not the case. We all have different lives. We have different mindsets, we have different obligations, we have different all of these things. So that's the piece of what I do and why it's so different and why it's not cookie cutter, because I refuse to go cookie cutter, because I know that each and every one of us is so different. And so often in my own life, I am met with really deep down things that I like get angry almost that they exist anymore, where I'm like, hold on a minute, why am I doing it this way? This doesn't feel good. It's not really truly serving me. I don't like it. So why am I doing it this way? And a lot of the times it's because somebody somewhere told you that that's how you needed to do it, that that's the way it was done, that that's how blah, 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 right? This is the right way. Well, the more and more I go down my own path, my own journey, and my own like discovery of life, like there is really no right or wrong way to do anything. It's what works for you and what you want and what you desire, and there's a whole lot more to it than right or wrong. And screw anybody who tries to tell you what's right and what's wrong, right? Trying to do something according to what somebody else told you it's supposed to be is a great way to constantly be spinning your wheels, never be fully satisfied, never be really super duper happy, not experience true freedom and true peace, like, because we are so different. Your soul is yearning for something very different than whoever somebody somewhere told you about, right? Is it a good place to start? Absolutely. Like we all have to start somewhere and create some sort of like structure or mindset or mind practice, whatever it is, to like get us out of the social norms and out of whatever it is that is feeling constricting or that's holding you back from creating whatever it is that you want. But in each one of these moments where I have this thought where I'm like, well, I can't do it like that because I have to do it this way. And I'm like, wait a minute, what says fucking who? Like, says who? So that's what happens the most in my world. And it happens in conversations with clients who are like, but, you know, I can't charge that for a haircut. And I'm like, okay, why? Well, because somebody somewhere told me, and I'm like, well, I can't just work 3 days a week. Like, that's crazy. I can't do that to my clients. And I'm like, they'll say this to me, and I'm like, why not? Well, because, you know, that's not full time, or I should be doing this. I'm like, are you taking care of your responsibilities? Do you want to be working full time? And like, we break down the reasons behind, make sure we're being responsible, obviously, and like all of that stuff. But each and every time it comes down to the fact where we have to decide with these like rules and standards that we hold ourselves to, and these measuring sticks that we measure ourselves up against, like, whose is that measuring stick? Like, who made that rule? And does it truly serve you? Because if it doesn't, it may be worth looking at and saying, wait a minute, I could do this different. Wait a minute, I could start my day at this time. I could finish my day at this time. I could blah, 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 blah. And then there's a lot of things that come along with that as far as like self-worth and sustainability. And does that make me successful, or does that make me enough? Whatever it is, right? And that's all other things that coaches are really good for, to help you work through and not let that paralyze you or hold you back or whatever. But I wanted to just introduce you guys to this concept because it's something that I've never actually said out loud to you. I've never said this out loud to like the general public. It's always just comes up in my trainings and people that are working with me behind the scenes. And so I wanted to introduce you quickly to this concept and hear what you think, number one, and just get your like enthusiasm, because it's really exciting. Like I said, we're making shirts and hats and cute little things with it on it because it's like the best reminder ever. And you're going to hear more about this from me moving forward. So I really wanted to just like plant this seed and kind of have this as like a little staple part of a conversation. So if you were here and you were listening, I'm not sure if I can see the comments. I've seen some likes. Please be sure to let me know that you're here. Please give the video a thumbs up. And if you feel so inclined and you think that other people can benefit from this message, hit that share button, share it over to your people, let them see it too. Let's continue to spread as much of this goodness out into the world as we can. Hey, Dan, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You guys go forth into the world and do good things and question everything. Take care of you. And I'll see you guys next time.